Okay, gang. I did not expect to be back so quickly. um, but as I was wrapping up my chat from a few minutes ago, I got this strange comment. Well, the comment wasn't strange, but it came from a strange place. It came from a YouTube user named Michael Davis. And the only Michael Davis I know that I've ever seen on any kind of YouTubing over years and years of YouTubing is my dear friend, my lifelong friend, Michael Davis. Um, and it was, uh, he asked me a question, and I I feel like I shortchanged him because I kind of blew it off a little bit. I was so shocked and surprised. I'm gonna maybe give it a minute or two here and see if anybody. There's Don Thomas back again. Yeah, but I know, right? Surprise, coming right back with a live stream right after a live stream. Um, uh, but Michael, if you're out there, you know, I did send you an email saying I was gonna go live again to answer your question. I was gonna go live at 1:20, so if you're out there, I'd appreciate you letting me know that you're out there. Um, Again, I'll give it another minute or two and see if Michael does show up. But even if he doesn't show up, I think he's probably at work right now. So, that's fine. But I did want to come back on and uh, answer Michael's question. And the question was how did the name DrVonChilla, how was that name born? Um, and it has everything to do with Michael, actually. Okay, Don, you're the only one out there. No, Michael. Okay, I'm gonna tell it again anyway. I have told this story before in a couple of my past videos because people have been curious about where the name Dr. Von Chilla came from. And what it was, I feel like I almost need to go into the entire saga of uh, how long I've known Michael and everything. And but I won't. I'll keep it brief. Uh, I I began teaching Michael how to play the guitar back in the mid '80s, and I wasn't any great guitar player myself. I was just a young guy in my early 20s who knew how to strum some chords and stuff. I wasn't, but I remember vividly the day that Michael said to me, sitting in my apartment, he said, "John, will you show me how to play the guitar?" All right. Well, thus began a years long journey from the mid 80s through the mid 2000s, the first decade of the 2000s, the 20 aughts. you know, Mike was my student, but he was also he was like a musical partner to me. Anyway, I had been involved in a musical partnership with a banjo player, an old man named Victor Landis. And again, y'all that know anything about my history here, and have been watching my channel for any length of time, will probably have come across something regarding Victor and his banjo. But when Vic died in August of 2005, I went into a very, very deep depression. Vic and I had been a duo for 9 years, and when my musical other half had been suddenly taken away from me, I lost all interest in making music. I didn't play music, any kind of music on any kind of instrument for months and months. But it was Michael, my dear friend, my brother. You were my brother. You know that. It was my brother Michael who came back around and said, "John, you need to start making music again." And he really got me through that difficult time after losing Victor. Anyway, Mike and I had always kind of fucked around with guitars and stuff, and we would get together and smoke a bunch of pot and drink a bunch of beer and have these jam sessions where we would make up songs and just flying by the seat of our pants. And Michael is an absolute genius at creating words on the spot. Mike's the word guy, I'm the melody guy, and it always kind of worked really, really well. But anyway, so after Michael came back, brought me out of that depression, out of that musical slump after Victor died, we started to really kind of, something clicked in me. And not only did I come out of my musical slump, I actually began writing my own songs for the first time in my life. I was in my 40s, and I'd never tried to write my own music before. And suddenly, this music, these songs, just started pouring out of me. I kept a little micro cassette recorder right beside my bed, and I would have this music and these melodies and these things pouring through my dreams, and I'd wake myself up and I would hum the melodies into this little micro cassette recorder, which Michael gave me, by the way. I would hum these melodies into the recorder and then go back to sleep. And I'd wake up in the morning. I'd come downstairs, sit over here at my little piano or grab my guitar and write a song in like 10 minutes, words and everything. Just, anyway, so Mike and I became a whole different kind of entity. When we were just smoking pot, and drinking beer and whiskey and shit, I dubbed us the Hellbillies, right? The Hellbillies, and I've got lots and lots and lots of home recordings of the Hellbillies, drunkenly and fucking around and being stoned and stuff. And those, some of that stuff is kind of fun. I can't listen to much of it anymore, but Mike and I we started to sharpen up. As I began to write songs, Michael himself became energized, and he started taking his own uh, music to a new level. He bought a real nice guitar and some good equipment, and he actually took it way past the point that I would have ever imagined. He bought uh, all these amplifiers and this digital recording equipment and stuff, and he set up all this stuff down in his basement and his home and everything, and we kind of really started to get serious. I know this is turning into a long story, but I can't really explain the origin of the name DrVonChilla without this. Anyway, he and I both realized we were no longer the Hellbillies. We were something different. We had our own songs and our own something or other going on here. And, you know, we had that talk one day. Well, we're not the Hellbillies anymore. This is something different. What should we call ourselves? And I remember I immediately said, from years before, Victor used to like to rhyme words and things, words that didn't even necessarily have any connection to each other or anything like that. But I remembered from years before, Victor said to me, uh, at some point, he said, Vanilla Chinchilla. And that always stuck with me. I thought that sounds like a great name for like a rock band, you know, a punk rock band or something. So when Mike and I were talking about, well, we're not the Hellbillies anymore. Who can we be? I immediately said that thing. I said, well, you know, Victor said this rhyming thing, Chilla. And Mike loved it immediately. He was like, yeah, that's great. Vanilla Chinchilla. Okay, so we're Vanilla Chinchilla. Mike goes home, looks it up online, and calls me or emailed me or something and said, John, we can't be Vanilla Chinchilla. There's already a band out there called Vanilla Chinchilla. And I said, well, okay. You know. And then he said, but I have this idea that we could just kind of shorten it. And wait, let me get this straight. Oh, he said, we could just call ourselves Vanchilla. And I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. And then he said, further, he said, or to even touch on your Danish roots, we could call ourselves DrVonChilla. And I was like, oh yeah, that sounds great. So suddenly we're DrVonChilla, but then shortly after that, I had the idea to call us the Doctors DrVonChilla. The Doctors DrVonChilla. And so that's it. That's the long and short of how the name DrVonChilla came to be. Now, Michael, I know you're out there, and you're DrVonChilla too, man. You know, hey, and let me tell all my YouTube friends, there are two DrVonChillas out there. One is me, and one is Michael Davis. So I can't just claim a solitary, uh, have no solitary claim on that name. There's another DrVonChilla out there, and his name is Michael. Brother, I love you. I always will. And I thank you for your contribution, not only to my YouTube handle, my YouTube name, and this personality that goes along with it. But I love you and I thank you for a lifetime of beautiful friendship, beautiful memories. So, all right. See you all later. DrVonChilla lives. See y'all. Bye bye.